It's all good, dude. Yeah, we're running late. I was eating late. It's Gucci. It's a squad show anyway. We don't have to make it like super duper fucking long or whatever. You know.
You don't want to be here till 10?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just don't. I mean, listen, we have a hard enough time getting retention past 45 minutes as it is. I don't think going for 3 fucking hours is gonna help.
Fuck, 3 hours.
Dude, I think about how many Joe Rogan podcasts I've like started and got 35 minutes in. It's like 4 hours and 12 minutes. It's like, how many people actually get to the end of that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's some, I'm sure he has some great shit at the 4 hour and 2 minute mark. You know, I'm like, I'm not gonna sit there for that.
He's lighting up that last dude, and he's like, yeah.
They pause them and then they resume. You know what I mean? Like that's what I used to do with my.
There's too many videos for that, though. I watch like 18 different 18-minute videos every night. I don't want to stick to your 1 2.5 hour video when I can watch a 9/11.
It's not. So, I mean, people can do Spotify and just listen to it, which I do.
Yeah.
And I have a 20-minute drive to work.
I'm too ADHD for that.
Right.
So I was gonna ask who wanted to take, because I just flat out fucking can't. Like, who wants to take on the task of cutting up clips and putting them on YouTube in a clips playlist?
Chris.
Okay.
Was that a yes? Was that a yes or?
I don't care. I mean, I'll do it.
Yeah, because you can do it. You can do it on YouTube. You do not have to like re-edit anything.
Is it like what I did for that story that one day? Like
kind of like that. I'm gonna this next week. What I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna work on like solidifying the intro and the outro, so you can just fade them in and out, just to make it way easier. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Versus like, because right now I'm reassembling every time I do a video. I do the whole fucking song and dance every single time. So I'd like to have it at least the video part static, just so it's easier. Because that way, like, you're not gonna put music on the beginning of those clips anyway, right? It's gonna be
this thing can't run anything.
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can.
Okay.
It can't.
Yeah.
It can't do anything.
It can't do anything? Yeah. So, on that note, welcome to the Rev Match Podcast, the automotive podcast where Chris likes to tell us how big his dick is. Jesus Christ.
Wait, Chris has a big dick?
Huge.
Right. Welcome to the show, guys. This is Squad Show. This is the first Squad Show of 2021, actually. We've been doing a pretty good job of keeping guests on, and we're going to keep doing that. But scheduling conflicts, power outages, and blown-up race cars have prevented us from doing that this episode. So, fucking here we are. Yeah, there is some cool stuff happening with the guys, though, so we have that shit to talk about, which would be cool. And Chris wasn't actually talking about how big his dick is. He was talking about how chunky his... What, you were 3950X and a 3090 in that thing, right?
Yeah, I got some rare things in this box. The more I do research on it, I'm like, maybe I'm too far.
You can't go too far with a gaming rig. I firmly believe that. In the sense that if you're buying high-end hardware, it just means you don't have to buy hardware for that much longer, right? Like,
true.
You bought a bunch of good shit, and like you'll be fucking big chilling for like, dude. You have to rebuild that rig realistically for like 6 years.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can throw little bits and pieces at it. I mean, the rig that I built was kind of the same concept where I spent really good money on certain things, and other things I could like upgrade, as I went, right? Like you spent good money on good things for a very long time.
I have 64 gigs dual channel right now. Like I think I'm good. I don't think I need anything else.
Yeah, I'm 32. I'm 32 GBs. We'll get some 32 GBs in it. It's a Gallo 32 in this motherfucker right here.
At least it's not a 24.
Right, no. My processor's what's holding me back. Anyway, you guys didn't listen to this to talk about fucking nerd shit. That's not why we're here. But if you guys want more PC content, let us know. We're all fucking nerds.
First and foremost, we kind of got off this bandwagon. What's everybody drinking?
Oh, I know we haven't done that in a while. Also, Mike, can you pull your mic just a little bit closer to your face? Closer to your face. Perfect. I have a Nectaron. I don't know. I got this one from Moonraker.
That looks interesting.
Nectaron Strata Crush. It's a 6.2. It's nothing crazy, but it's a nice hazy. You know, keep it chill.
Okay.
Keep it chill. I might go grab a fucking whiskey here in a few minutes. So it's good.
What the hell is that,
Is that
Tim?
Mad Dog 2020? Is that what you got?
That's Jamaican beer?
You got peaches and cream.
That's Jamaican
Peaches
beer?
and cream. Anyway,
It's called
Jamaican Red
That's
Ale.
Jamaican
Oh, okay.
beer. Okay.
By Mad River Brewing. Yeah.
You guys remember those fucking Red Stripe commercials back in the day?
Oh,
Yes.
I had some red
Yes.
stuff a couple nights ago.
Dude, I can't drink that shit. It's like sugary to me. Anyway, everybody else we drink. Kyle's been drinking since 2. So do you got? Have you? It's,
Milagro tequila.
ooh, Key Largo, Montego.
I'm so
baby,
glad
Where
that
we go.
you're a tequila drinker.
Pinky's
It
out.
keeps me up.
He's trying to be the Rock.
What are you cooking over there, Chris?
Beautiful.
Atta
Beautiful.
boy.
Kyle,
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 you drinking?
Michael?
Kyle, I want to know everything Kyle's drank since 2 p.m.
Jesus.
Actually, I tried something different. It was
What was his name?
That's not different, Alex.
That's consistency.
It's like a peach Crown Royal.
Ooh, interesting.
So I've never
Okay.
seen it, never even seen it, never heard of it. I tried it today. It was actually extremely smooth.
Yeah.
But
Was it too
the
sweet?
flavor was alright. It was
Tim's
pretty sweet.
disagreeing over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I
see,
just don't like
sweet.
flavored alcohol.
I'm with Tim. I like, you know.
It was somebody else's birthday. They like sweet alcohol.
Okay.
I gave it a try, and I was like, it's actually not
Oh,
terrible.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
bad.
If you can have one that's not terrible, that's a perk.
So
Yeah.
now I am currently drinking some Tahoe Blue vodka with a little LaCroix in it.
All right, you skipped like 5 hours. There's no the way that's all you drank.
That
So-
sounds like a pinky drink.
No,
all you
that
drank
is
was
that is like that's a man claw right there. Is what,
What?
that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh.
LaCroix and vodka, that's a man club. Yeah, that's
It's
all it is.
flavored water and vodka, bro.
Oh.
It's literally flavored water.
Flavored is like a really
That's
exaggerated term.
That's strong. That's strong and flavored. That's very
It's like
strong.
someone dipped like a
No, it's like somebody
sucker in
farted
some
through a
flavored-
strawberry into a glass of water and and carbonated it, and then that's
All
what
right.
LaCroix is.
Well, I'm already ahead of Alex. I got a nice glass of Hazel Baden. You know,
Oh,
Basil
very
Hayes,
nice.
but it's
Basil-
cool. That's how much. That's how much
Sorry,
Basil
my bad.
Hayes is.
dude, that's already been. Hey, if you're actually watching this on YouTube, you can see I started at don't ask. I'm gonna say it. I started at don't ask. I got my ass kicked today, bro.
Give me some of that Hazel Baden. Give me some of
I
that
got it
big
right.
old Hazel Baden.
I had a 50-50 chance. I made it.
Yeah, it's all right. Hey,
No, it's good.
welcome to being a service manager, motherfucker.
Yeah, you know.
Welcome to being the only service person there.
Oh,
No,
are you like the
I'm not.
full-
I'm not.
Oh,
My-
you got
my-
people?
So I
Sorry,
have a
that's
service
our
advisor that
podcast
works
about-
there with me, and unfortunately, he's had to call in sick the past 2 days. Well, we just
Totally.
had a new flyer that went out to 50,000 homes. So I've been a little busy the past couple of days.
That's good
About
though.
my-
That's business.
I mean, it's great. It's great. It's at Porsche. Like I've been there so long, like I could handle that volume because I knew it like the back of my hand.
Yeah, it's different.
Now it's different. It's every car is different. Every car situation's different. You have to. I mean, I look at my own parts. I look at my own labor. I order my own stuff. I make every phone call. Like I answer every phone. Like it's just a different world of like, and the shop has a mentality of like, yeah, bring it in. Like
Which is
we'll
great.
overwhelm.
That's great.
Well, yeah, we'll overwhelm the hell out of you. And just show we need more technicians. Like bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in,
Yeah,
bring it
they
in.
want
So
to grow the business. No, that's good.
right, and I'm about it. It's just I need to do it here.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's good though. It's cool. It's such a cool learning experience. It's I love it.
That's
I
good,
love
man.
it.
I'm glad to hear
That's
it's working
cool.
out. You know what's not working out? Kyle's engine.
Ooh, I heard about this.
Can we talk about it?
Ooh,
Can we talk about it? Tell.
Kyle,
I want to
talk
know
about
the
it.
whole story start to finish, on how you blew what you have talked up as the most reliable 460 horsepower
Actually,
of the group.
I too would like to hear this.
Actually, it starts and runs, and I've been bitching about it all week.
Since you blew it, quote unquote.
Yeah. So there I was.
So, can you pull that mic in a little? Pull your mic into your mouth. Yeah, perfect. Cool.
Is that better?
Way better.
Driving to work, normal day, a little bit of traffic, and then you guys know where going eastbound, where 65 and 80 split, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So right there is where that diamond lane ends. So at 65, everybody starts to slow down. I look at my left lane. There's a
Bunch
car
of bitches
approaching pretty quick because the diamond lane's always pretty open. So I jump over. I drop a gear. At this point, we're probably doing 30 miles an hour or whatever it is, and I just lay into it. And I forgot traction control was on. It just is going nuts. And then I get about 30 feet, and it starts to sound like a Subaru. My EPC light comes on. My check engine light is flashing the entire way from 65, and I limped it into work, like literally, like
so a good full 2 miles.
Yeah,
3 miles.
So I'm going to work, and I just have this shit eating grin on my face because I'm like, I finally did it. It's gone, right?
Yeah, that's the perks of having another daily right there, dude. Because like if I blew the S10 up, it'd be like, fuck.
So I get into work. I shut it down. I turn it on, or I turn the key on. I read codes real quick. Misfires 1, 2, and 3, and I'm like,
that's a lot of cylinders.
He's only got 4. So, that's 75% of your cylinders right there.
Right. I'll still beat you on 1.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That's only 110 horsepower, motherfucker. That's a lie. I got at least 20 to 30 more horses than that. Anyway.
So anyway, and I'm like, you know what? It's probably done. It doesn't sound fantastic. It sounded like a straight dead hole. Wasn't no rod knock or anything. I was like, man, I either blew a valve out or something happened.
There's no compression. Some bad, some not great time.
Right. So I'm like, cool, because I had pulled right into my bay shop door was open. Go to pull it out, fire it up, butter smooth.
Weird.
So it must have went into like a limp mode.
Yeah.
But I've never had a limp mode misfire, like just drop a cylinder completely, right?
Yeah.
And it only showed 3 cylinders misfiring, so it was 1, 2, and 3. So either it cut fuel,
or it cut spark,
or it cut spark. So I have no idea. I've never seen that before, and it was just completely misfiring. I'm like, like for sure, I thought I would blown my motor, like absolutely 100%, like. Don't care at this point. I'm going to park it, get a ride home, grab my Tahoe, and just drive that until I build the motor. Which that kind of led me to pulling the trigger on a little something.
Put it on the screen, and I will bring up what you're talking about on the other screen in a second. But I want you to show what's in the box. What's in the fucking box?
Okay. Well, this is not what it is. But
I know.
So basically what had happened was there's a core.
This motherfucker said what had happened was.
You can't really see it, but where those boxes are, there's another core sitting right there. And that happens to be an electronic diff, and I don't remember what else is in the box. But
Wait. An electronic diff?
What?
Yeah. Oh, it's a diff and a turbo that's back there.
So you've been building parts lists for days.
I've been trying to collect some parts. So I've been
can you
contact.
Can you IG me? Can you DM me the link to that? Because I can't bring up the website right now, just so I can actually.
You can't. Let's see here.
Just DM it to the Rev Match one, so I can put it on the screen.
To the IG. I gotta log in and crap.
Oh, what? Just do it on your phone. You got a phone. Use your phone.
Right.
Camera.
Do you want the website?
Yeah, just send me the direct link to what you're doing.
It's in the text channel.
Yeah, but I
did
can't
send a
bring.
picture in the
I know, but I
Oh.
can't bring that up. It's just technology, man. Okay,
It
listen.
doesn't always go like this.
Yeah,
That's
most
a
of
lot.
the time, it
Like
goes like this.
Dude, we work in the car business. You know that's a damn lie. Don't even start with me.
Yeah, that's for goddamn sure. Oh my God.
Timmy's pulling his hair out right now.
Fuck the car
We do not
business.
just talk about the fact how Kyle's motor took a shit and then suddenly was no longer shit.
most reliable motor.
He's
telling
like,
you.
it's what German cars do, bro.
Fuck yeah. Fucking
So yeah,
whatever.
it was the weirdest limp mode that I've ever seen in my life. So I sent you the link to
Here we go.
A2B Motorsports. They are based out of New York.
Which is funny because you think about it, you're just trying to go A to B. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to go A to
You're so funny.
B. Is it under Gen 3 engine components?
Yep, it's basically that. I think that whole website is catered to Gen 3 stuff.
Look, oh, there it is. Wait. Oh, here we go. The 2-liter, right?
Yeah,
No.
Stage 3, stage tray,
I'm going
block?
stage 1.
stage 1 long
Because-
block. Okay.
Stage 1 long block.
So this is what Kyle's doing for the people who are not watching but listening. This is A2A, literally the number 2B motorsport.net. And so it's a reman block, vapor hone, clean washed, used crankshaft, used upper oil pan, whatever. All that shit doesn't matter. That's all good.
Wow, that thing is pretty.
Forged
Yeah.
H-beam rods, forged stock compression JE pistons, which are still forged. You can throw them around them. ARP head studs, can recommend. ACL king rod bearings, new all the pumps, timing chains, balance shapes, all that shit. And then you get SuperTech valve springs, retainers, valves and keepers, new camshaft bridge, new AM gaskets and hardware. Ooh, hand ported and polished heads are available as a separate item for $2,000.
Ooh.
That would be
That's it?
pretty. That would be. This motherfucker. This
Yeah,
one,
that's-
only $2,000, only 2 G's. That's it.
I don't care about pretty. Wants to go fast.
Drop in the hat. Drop in the hat. You know, just we print money out here, cuz.
Yeah. Actually, if you want to go back a page, I'm also getting the MPI that they offer.
I don't know what that is. What is
the
MPI? Multi-port injection. Never mind. I'm stupid.
Yep.
I got there. We got there.
It is
So
all
they-
good.
So I've been speaking with Billy. I believe he's the owner at A2B Motorsports. The guy's fantastic. He's awesome customer service. He's been answering all my questions because, if I'm about to drop this kind of money, I got a lot of questions. I'm also going with the RS3 brushless fuel pump, so
Oh,
bigger
shit.
fuel lines. Basically, hopefully with Ed at EQT, that I have no idea. I'm gonna guess, north of 500 wheel horsepower and 500-ish wheel torque.
I want to make so many
Oh
jokes
my
about people
God.
hating on EQT, but I don't want to start a fucking flame war because that.
Yeah,
that
that's a.
whole-
Ooh, don't do it.
So there is a fucking. We have an Instagram DM, and it's us here on the podcast and a couple of other dudes from Porsche and dudes we drive with or whatever, and there's differing opinions on a certain
Yes.
local tuner. And it turned into a 47 messaged fucking big
Oh,
dick
bro.
contest between Kyle and this other dude. It was fucking great, dude.
Pretty good.
It was
All
pretty
in
good.
between it, we're all in between all the messages, sitting like popcorn emojis. Just
Oh, it
sitting
was
there just
so
like,
good, dude.
Oh,
It was
this
so,
is great.
oh, dude, I was messaging Kyle on the side like, you're just gassing this motherfucker up at this point, dude.
I was just really trying to
Be
Heard that
it's
drunk.
car's
just-
for sale.
say again.
You
It's
heard
for
that car's for
sale.
We'll
sale.
go back. We'll go back. He's on Bring a
Okay,
Trailer,
alright.
right? Let me,
No. He's gonna put it up on Bring a Trailer in a couple days.
Oh, okay. It's not
Yeah.
on Bring a Trailer yet. But just real quick. So you're doing multi-port injection in it.
Yep.
So car's direct injected, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So is the MPI, is that in addition to the direct injection, or is it
Yeah.
replacing?
So no. It's in addition.
Okay.
So from what I understand, I guess Europe or European base model cars for the GTI, it comes standard from the factory.
Uh-huh.
I can't confirm or deny that. So basically, my manifold is there's holes that are filled and it's basically ready for the rail. I just got to tap the screws in at the rail, the injectors, and all that stuff.
So you have the holes are just not tapped. So you got to
shit.
tap with the rail.
Right, you got to drill them all out.
Yeah.
So it's like in a way, it was like a universal manifold for them for whatever the car would go on.
Yeah, that's Volkswagen's whole fucking bag, right? Is everything is modular.
100%.
Everything is modular, right? So.
Yeah.
But what would run multi-port injection on that overseas?
That's a really good question, actually.
You know what I mean?
I honestly believe that their MPI runs at idle for valve cleaning.
Oh,
interesting.
I could see that
because I know that's one of the biggest things with direct injection is dirty ass valves, right? Like you get
correct.
Right.
Yeah.
What's crazy is VW and Audi can't figure that shit out. I've never had that problem at Porsche, ever.
With DI?
Like, never, ever. We never had that problem. We had cars with 150, 200,000 miles on those cars, and we never had a problem with that stuff.
I wonder if it's a turbo thing. Because because even all the fucking 911s are turbo now. Like they're fucking all turbo cars anymore.
Well, I mean, but there's not a whole lot of those cars on the road. But still, even like the Cayennes, right? The Cayennes, the Panameras, all those cars are direct fuel injection. So it's like, why don't they?
By extension, Timmy's car you have a Macan engine and shit, right?
Yeah. Or no, he's got Panamera.
Your mic is like, you're here and your mic's over here. You're also muted apparently now because I
am muted. By
the way, none of us can figure any of our shit out tonight. None of us.
I was fine. I was just late because your boy was grilling chicken.
Whatever.
I was grilling some chicken, bro. You know, chicken on the grill. Bro.
Hey, I hate on that. I mean, you can grill, so I hate on that.
It's the motor out of the Macan S, the Panamera base, and the Cayenne base, but it's the Audi
the hot V, right? So it's like the turbo.
The hot V and the turbo.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. It's funny too that you say that because like Chris's car is direct injected, and like Chevy doesn't have
don't start.
What?
Yeah, but it don't start.
It doesn't.
Again?
You're having a problem again?
It does. It's just I can feel it coming.
What's wrong with you? Go replace the fucking starter.
Every time I start it, all I hear is like, okay, early morning cold start's great. Afternoon when it's warm like right now, it's like,
go replace the fucking starter.
I gotta bring it back.
I want to point out that Chris has $3,000 suspension, $2,500 wheels, a $2,000 set of tires, and won't replace a $300 fucking starter on his Camaro.
It's the principle, Alex.
It's not a principle. Fuck principles.
I think he should replace it with a $50,000 car.
I think that you should think about that.
We're not going down this rabbit hole again.
I'm not. Yeah, listen, if we have to,
look at him. Yes, he is.
Yeah, but if we have to have one more episode with Timmy doing a Porsche/Audi rant for 25 fucking minutes, we're gonna be. That's it.
What do you mean?
Because the normal podcast is an hour of actual car talk and then 25 minutes of Timmy ranting about his S4, and then the fucking
all of you need to blame this on Mike. Okay, Mike got me the job. Mike got me into the high end shit. Okay, it's his fucking fault.
Do I drive anything high end?
Fuck you. You have
a GTR. Get the fuck out of here. What are you?
That's 25 years old. It's just expensive. That's not high end.
I mean, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
It's just expensive. I never said it was nice.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It's so fucking good.
Japanese Huracan right now.
Yeah, Mike's driving around jaloping the fuck out of his interior because he doesn't want to prep his shit properly. Yeah, I'm gonna flame you for that. I saw the pictures. Oh, no. You didn't flatten it like I told you.
Flame
you
me.
didn't. You did. You tried to cut corners. You tried to cut corners.
No, I didn't try to cut corners. I really didn't. I've never used the product. I lightly sanded it. I really didn't prep it really that well because I didn't know. So
yeah, no, you gotta. It's like what the first thing I noticed when you sent me those photos. You're like, the shit isn't working, and I could still see where it was like peeling before.
Yeah, and I didn't know if was I supposed to get super deep in. I just didn't know.
No, you just want to. So the whole thing with sanding anything, right? Is you're trying to flatten it. You're just trying to make everything the same height.
Right.
So you knock all that shit down to where it's the same, and then you start spraying. And I should have told you with that SEM shit, you got to fog coat. You literally just do, like, the part's here, and you're here, and you're just doing this. And then you stop. And then you wait 10 minutes, and then you do it again. And then you just keep doing that over and over, and it'll lay super smooth and consistent, and the shit looks fucking factory. But if you rattle can it like you can usually rattle can shit, you get the piling and the air bubbles and all that shit.
Yes, yeah, totally.
It's cool. Just sand it back down, and then clean it with alcohol, prep it. It'll come out tits. Yeah. You probably...
if Alex really loved you, he would have been there.
Well, it's not... I really, like...
You act like this motherfucker called me and was like, yo, I'm going to do this today. Can you help me out? He asked me 3 fucking weeks ago what I would do to fix that trim, and I said, hey, I'd use this shit. And then he says, it didn't work.
No.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit, Briz. Trying to hang me up for some shit. Hang me in front of the internet. You trying to besmirch my good name here.
Alex just told me to spray the bitch and it didn't work. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Yeah, right? Maybe spend all this money on rattle cans and shit because that shit ain't cheap. I know that shit ain't cheap, but it's not. It
wasn't bad. I think I got it for $8 a can on Amazon.
But when you compare that to $4 a can of Krylon or fucking Rust,
okay, oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's twice. It's
double. It's double. It's double.
And when you scale that up to like
that is,
you know what Krylon is?
I don't paint stuff.
You're a car guy. You never painted nothing.
Well,
I painted
fuck
stuff.
That. You're a skater and you never graffitied nothing. Like
that's a fact. That's a fact.
I was a
skater ever.
I was a nice Mormon boy. I couldn't do that.
Wait, so did you ever soak?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The fuck, are we gonna have this? No, not never.
I didn't even find out what that was until a few years ago.
That shit makes me laugh. So raise your hand if you know what soaking is. And you know what? I want to see comments. I want to see in the comments how many of you know what soaking is, and if you don't know, we'll cover it on the next episode. And we're also about to lose all of our Mormon fan base. All 2 of them, both of them, both
of them.
Wait,
you tell them
I got a question.
Yeah.
As a chocolate man, I do not know what soaking is.
As a chocolate man?
That's fine.
I don't know.
Why does chocolate have to do anything with that?
Okay, so
I feel like it's exclusive.
So soaking.
I'm gonna go grab another beer.
Please do, because he knows what this. As I understand it, in the Mormon religion, you are not a virgin. You have not lost your virginity until you finish the act. Right? So no busts, no bust, right? So the thing that teenagers do, Mormon teenagers, is that they will insert and then they'll just hang out. They'll just sit there. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt.
And I did not find that out until like recently when my parents like kind of moved away from the faith. I didn't know that was a thing.
So I jokingly called it marinating one day.
Oh, don't tell my parents that. That's fucking awesome.
What was
God.
So and this conversation happened in front of. So now it's like a joke. Like, what y'all doing up there? Y'all's marinating up there? Y'all marinating up there? You know, just chilling up there marinating under the eyes of God, just marinating up there. For everybody to see. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the Rev Match Podcast.
Anyway. Switching beers. I'm now drinking Great White.
Great White's always
solid.
Great White's solid. So
always good.
Coca-Cola, be less white.
I'm not talking about that shit. We're not talking about that shit. We don't do politics. That shit was funny, though. Like, I'm reading through the list of things that they said, and I'm like, I can understand a lot of that, and then be less white. Like, how are you going to say be less white?
I'm reading through it, I'm like, nuh-uh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm with this shit. You have me. That don't make no goddamn sense. You can't tell people that. Like, you can't say shit like that. Like, how does that even apply? Like, that needs at least 3 to 4 sentences of explanation if that's how you're going to open up the conversation. You know what I mean? Like, what we mean by that is this. Eat more Mexican food. Oh, yeah, no, for real. In that case, yeah, be less white.
I got you. Like, I'm down. You supplying tacos on Tuesday, I'm with you. Right there with you. Yeah.
You know, watch a telenovela every once in a while. Open your fucking horizons. Yeah, no, that's great. But to be less white in a vacuum doesn't make any fucking sense. Just saying.
Dude, the fucking world we live in, bro. Oh my
God. Moving on. Yeah, I know. We're gonna cancel Coca-Cola. Good fucking luck. They own Pizza Hut, and you motherfuckers are still ordering pizza. Trust me. Anyway. Oh fuck! What's happening? This is what happens when we don't have a guest. This is what we get.
Yeah.
Congrats. You're welcome, folks. You don't want to listen to this again? Be on the show.
Are we still talking about fucking Kyle's motor?
Yeah, we were talking about Kyle's motor. So Kyle's buying a race motor. So yeah, I mean, if for anybody who owns an older car and doesn't have to worry about fueling issues, like if you have direct injection, essentially like the injector is in the cylinder bore coming through the head, directly injecting into the cylinder versus coming through the intake runner off of fuel rail like a multi-port injection, right? And the biggest issue you have with direct injection is just amount of fuel that you can push. Generally, they can't push enough fuel to generate like those really high power numbers, right? Like right off the bat, they have kind of a cap, and that's why even like the Corvette ZR1, right? Like, you know, they make this. The Z06 is still direct injected only. It's 650 horsepower, but they wanted to push that engine even farther, and they couldn't fuel it. It's usually the high side pumps, right? It's like the head side pump that can't pull enough fuel all the way up into the cylinder to supply that, so you don't want to run lean. So they, like, GM's solution was literally like put a whole fucking second fuel system on it, and it's built into the intake supercharger combo, and it's a full. So it has 16 fucking injectors on it, which is more shit. It's more shit.
I have to replace 2 fuel filters. What?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a high and low pressure fuel system. It's a whole secondary fuel system, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how that. Well, is it like a split?
So, you said fuel filter?
He said filter. I said
like a
system.
little service.
You still only have one.
That's my question though. So like you have the I get it. You have the low side that's like, right, like the lift pump essentially, right? That'll lift it up there and then it splits, and then you have the DI system and then the MPI system, right, running off that same.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's not going to be 2 separate fuel systems. It's just one line from the low pressure pump all the way up, basically.
Till the firewall.
Well, I mean, except Alex said that they put a whole second fuel system on there. So
engine side.
Yeah, so its delivery system up to the firewall is still the same. When it gets to the firewall, it splits in different directions and goes to different ports.
Yeah,
I see.
So it's not literally they took a hold of the fucking fuel cell and bolted it to the bitch and like ran it lines.
Right. Or 2 pumps or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that bitch may run 2 pumps. I mean, it might have to.
Well, he technically.
There are some cases where there are 2. I think actually A2B, or maybe I think they're all PPE or PPT or whatever they're. The other place is called
PPE. IP.
They're building fuel pump baskets with 2 fuel pumps in them. So
so is that straight for volume, right? Like, because that's the thing that like
right.
Yeah, it's like it's not 2 separate fuel systems. It's just as opposed to running one really expensive high flow pump, you run 2 smaller, less expensive moderate flow pumps that can push the same amount of fuel to the. You know what I mean? So you have like a V, and then it
more.
Right.
I don't even think the guys are doing that. It's just coming up. There's one tank. Even if you have a fuel cell, right?
Yeah.
Think about race cars and shit. A fuel cell is just one tank.
Yeah.
There's no 2 separate tanks. There's no split or anything like that. They run dual pumps to the fuel cells to keep the volume up, right? And then in my case, I'm going to run the RS3 brushless fuel pump to handle that volume to basically to the MPI or port injection and my direct injections.
My question, honestly, on that would be: is that RS3 pump the same fucking Veyron pump that I was telling you about? Because that's like I have a couple of friends that Veyron pumps are the same. It's the same fuel pump as like the V10 or V12 Touareg or some shit. But if you buy the Veyron pump, it's $1,500. If you buy the Touareg pump, it's like $300. Same fucking part, different part numbers, right?
I don't know if they're brushless though.
That's what I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know if brushless pumps were like a thing when the Veyron came out, but that was like the hack for a lot of German shit for a few years. Was like, oh, you can get a Veyron pump, which is a Touareg pump, and Look at Chris's eyes right now, just lighting up. Hey, check this out. Do yourself a favor. Look at an Aston Martin DB9, and then look at all their part numbers, and then look at how many of those part numbers are exactly the same as a Ford part. That's a third of the cost. Exact same part. Different part number, different brand on it. That's
People would be surprised on how many hands.
The stories I can tell you. Oh, stories I can tell you.
Yeah, no, it's just
The
a
guy-
matter of being smart with that shit.
Chris Kidd sitting there in his ambiance knows exactly what I'm talking about because of all the parts that he has found for me that come from a different auto manufacturer that we charge like 8 times the amount for that we can find very
I'm blocking
quickly.
this whole section out. I'm not ruining
Oh yeah,
anybody's
you probably
bit.
should.
It's just going to be a frame thing to come out and be like, Mike was drinking and slurring for 35 seconds.
Dude,
They put it
like-
back to normal. That's it, dude.
No, but that's and we used to tell customers that like that's just smart business on their end as a corporation. Like, look, they manufacture millions of parts and they have to place usually one order and they do it for all the brands. Like
Yeah.
all the airbags, you open the airbags, they literally stamp Volkswagen, Audi.
Yeah.
Every airbag. Like it doesn't matter.
And they're all
And
made by
airbag-
Takata anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And like customers would see that and they're like, well, that's not maybe a Porsche. Oh no, it is. It's just
Like, if
There's
you
a
want me to
different sticker on
charge
it,
you
like-
another $150 for it to say Porsche on it,
I
gladly do it.
can, but like,
I will gladly
like
do
you
it.
couldn't even do that. Like a brand new car, take the door panel off, the airbag is literally stamped Audi Volkswagen. That's
Yeah, it
just
doesn't
how
make
they
any-
make
yeah, because nobody sees
That's-
that shit. And yeah.
Right, that's just a smart business decision of like, well, who cares what it's stamped with? It goes in all the cars, and all their safety ratings are this, this, and this, and look at their safety ratings across the board. I mean, that's great. So, fuck it, put it in all of
Listen,
them.
if you ever were concerned about did I pay too much for my car, the answer is always yes. Because
It don't matter what it is.
it doesn't
there's
matter what
always
it
a
is.
cheaper
They,
way.
Yeah, they did it. They
It
did it a
doesn't
cheaper
matter.
way than they told you. That's it. That's
Yeah,
just fucking how it is.
Hours later.
So okay? So you get the block. You get the long block from ATB. So it's everything short of a head, right? Does it have? It has.
No, long block.
Yeah, long block.
Yeah.
Oh, head on. Duh, not a short
Head
block.
on.
Okay, so but you just got to put accessory drive and all that fucking bullshit on it, right?
Yeah, all the extra. I mean, I got to transfer all my accessories, water pump, all that crap.
You
so-
keeping AC?
Excuse me.
Are you keeping AC?
AC? Oh hell yeah, dude.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to make
In
sure.
Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
no, listen, fuck that. Anybody who's like, oh, real race cars don't have AC. Yeah, cool. You and your
No,
fucking
no.
sweaty ball sack can go somewhere else
Well,
with your
well,
3
no.
horsepower
Yeah.
gains.
no, dude, I used to see so many little Integras and Hondas rolling around with no AC, and I'm like, bro,
I got no AC.
I don't care.
Dude, I
Like,
drove
I
two
don't
240s
care.
with no AC. Fuck that. I'm never doing it again.
Yeah, nope, never.
Hey, you guys have obviously, you guys know who Hank Iroz is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
You mean the world's
his
fastest RS3? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Guess what it has?
AC, baby.
AC.
Motherfucker
That's
makes
right.
1,400 wheel horsepower, still has AC. You know why? Because he's got fucking priorities. That's why. And he's
Yes,
got them
he does.
straight. But no, I remember the last time he was on This versus That, and he was like, "Oh, I could still put the heated seats back in this motherfucker." And I was like,
Yeah, right.
That's cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
That's hella cool.
That's just grown man speed. That's what that is,
True.
right? That's like,
That's
I got
absolutely.
kids, I got a job, and being uncomfortable is for fucking suckers. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. Yeah.
So, Kyle, wait, back to Kyle, real quick. So, you said 500 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque. What is that thing rated for?
500 foot-pounds of torque.
What is?
Oh,
rated
not what
for?
you're gonna get.
The race motor that you're getting that can't be its limit,
I want
right?
to say no. I think its limit for stage 1. It doesn't say on here, but everything that I've been kind of looking at was probably about 800 horse,
Right.
if I had to guess.
My
So
God.
I mean, because that's what the stage 1 rods come with the H beams. Obviously, you have I beams and then X beams, and then you just go up from there. But I really don't plan on making 800 horsepower.
What are your goal
Uh,
numbers?
1,200.
My goals,
This motherfucker.
seriously, I mean, my car weighs
2
north
pounds?
of 2,700 pounds, right? So, and I'm front wheel drive. So I mean, my limit is, motor mount, suspension, at that point to get the power down. I would love to make 556, as a daily
Daily-ish.
556 wheel horsepower. So
Yeah.
obviously it'll never see the sight of winter because that'll be worthless.
But is it like a thing where it's like you tune it up to 6 and then you run it detuned and you just fucking beep boop, you know what I mean? And you have 6 when you need it.
Well,
Cause that's,
yeah, because it'll be, from what I this is all really new to me. This is actually my first big build that I've done on any cars.
Yeah, you're deep. You're doing full fucking engine work. Like, this is deep.
Right.
This is as deep as it gets. I
Yeah,
mean,
there ain't no going back now.
well, short of stripping the car and caging it, like this is as deep as it gets. You know what I mean? So
Right. So this is all really new to me. Even though I'm basically a master tech, with Land Rover, but as far as building race engines, obviously that's a whole nother world. So running full 85 in the winter is probably not a good idea. I guess E85 doesn't like cold weather,
No.
so I'll have
It might take you 15 minutes to start up before
yeah.
you get to.
Doesn't
Right.
like cold
I'll
weather.
have-
Doesn't like sitting in the tank. Doesn't like, you know what I mean? Doesn't like too much fucking
Right.
humidity. Like does
It just says burn me and put me in and burn me.
no. It says
my
burn up your
WRX
fucking injectors is what it says.
That too, my friend.
My
Yeah.
WRX originally blew with a full tank of E85, and it ruined my fuel pump, and I
So
had to have all the fuel siphoned out of it.
You made like 330 wheel horse.
No, I was
Wow.
300 wheel horse, 331 torque.
What E85?
He was
Yeah.
he was talking shit to you, Tim.
I don't care.
Yeah, but again, mechanical all-wheel drive
WRX
system
though.
that's just siphoning fucking power. Right?
Yeah.
Like you lose so
Yeah.
much power through that all-wheel drives, and it's just for different shit. Because like
It is.
to Kyle's point, his car will be fucking worthless in the snow, and even in the winter. Timmy's car, on the other hand, you're fucking shredding in the snow. Thing doesn't give a fuck, right? So it's like it just depends on what the car is. So it's just,
Wait. Speaking of that, you had a question for Mr. Tim, did you?
who did?
About you did, Alex. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Timmy, did you buy fake wheels?
Well,
So let me dial this back real quick. Let me dial this back.
They exist. They exist.
so
They're
funny.
real.
Let me dial this back. Timmy, all fucking woo, like I don't know if he just had a fresh soak or what the fuck, but he was all juiced up. And he puts in the Discord, he goes, I got something for you guys. And he sends us a picture, and it's the backseat of the Audi, and there's 4 wheels and wheel bags in it, right? And I was like, oh, shit,
I was impressed, dude.
I
The
was
bags
like,
and everything.
I was like, this
Yeah.
man, because he's been texting me on the side, and he's like, yo, I'm going to put T37s on the S4. And I was like, I fucking support the fuck out of that, because that shit looked tight. I love JDM wheels on fucking German cars. Like when I sent you guys that 992 on the Desmond Riga Masters, which is like, Desmond Riga Masters are like OG Civic NSX wheels. Like that was right. So I was like, you put Honda wheels on a fucking Porsche and I'm with it. You know what I mean? Like I love that shit. So when he's like, I'm like, oh shit, did he just like, cause you got a fatty payday when you were the only service guy there, and I know you were sitting on a little extra cash, and I was like, did he just fucking decide to not up and do it? And this one, and I was like, what did you see? What'd you get? What'd you get? And the next picture is this wheel, and it says. What, Kyle? Kyle's calling a timeout. He's calling a team.
Craig, stop recording.
Craig's gone.
Craig.
Oh, did he?
Craig!
Craig, what the fuck, Craig?
Top flight security of the world, Craig.
Oh no. He comes back. He comes back.
Okay.
Oh,
He just dipped off the screen.
yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He's like, bye.
Man,
Well,
it was getting like hella high. Alex was like, what? Story?
It's gonna be like.
It was
I don't really know what to do. I don't really know what to do here. Hold please.
He's coming back.
I don't know if he is coming back.
He just left.
You know what? Fuck it. You get the audio. You fucking get motherfuckers, because this is what we got left, I guess.
But what happened?
We're gonna do this.
Okay.
Craig saw Debo coming down the street.
Craig did see Debo coming down the street.
He didn't appreciate the fake wheel thing.
He didn't appreciate the fake
Hey,
wheel thing.
I mean, you ain't lying though. Like in the text, it doesn't say that Craig has left the podcast. It still says join podcast.
That's awkward.
No, he back.
Hey!
What up, Craig?
What, Craig?
I'm gonna have a very long day on fucking that whole thing tomorrow. Anyway, now I have 2 separate auto files. I'm gonna stitch them together. I'm gonna do this whole fucking thing, and I gotta make a panel. It's fine, whatever. So, yeah. So Timmy's all fucking yeah, blah, blah, and the next picture that he puts in the chat is just this ambiguous silver wheel. Hey, what is it, like sport tuning or like Euro training or some fucking bullshit on the center? Euro training. Yeah, it's a great bit. And I was like, and the only thing I said was reps? Question mark? Like, what the fuck am I looking at? It's like, and in my head, I'm like, Timmy, please tell me you're not putting these on your car. Like, please tell me that you're not putting it. But then the explanation. What was the explanation, Tim? What was the explanation for this?
These are winter tires.
Okay.
They're not even winter tires. They are studless, like ice tires. Like, don't drive these tires above 50 degrees, and they're 18. So I'm running different shit anyways. But
What'd you pay for?
$550.
How much are those tires? Just for the tires?
$900.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Sold. Yeah,
And
no, that's
the wheels you could get on Tire Rack for $200 a wheel. So $800 for
fuck
the
it.
wheels.
I mean, yeah.
That's a come up.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
like
take it.
they look clean, like they're fake, but it's not what I'm going to run for canyons. I'm running my factory wheels. It's definitely safer than a $200 wheel.
Can't confirm.
Still getting some nice. I will still be getting some nice wheels eventually, but I think maybe an intercooler and suspension come first.
Suspension for sure first. For sure.
Yeah.
My intercooler is very small.
You definitely
Have you noticed heating issues?
I
on
would
their
do
straight ones?
intercooler first.
Yeah, intercooler is very small on those cars.
Have you noticed any cooling
They-
issues on our
they-
Canyon runs?
No.
You won't notice cooling
those
issues-
things will
cooling
heat
issues, it-
soak after like
yeah.
3 or 4 pulls.
You're not
Yeah.
going to get engine temp issues. You're going to get intake temp issues, which are then going to
Yeah.
raw power. Turbo things, my dude. IATs are fucking everything with turbo engines, right? So
And I hear they get a lot of heat problems at idle.
I can believe that. Yeah. So that's
Who cares at idle?
well, it is a daily, but I get it. Well, no. I mean, you got to think
but
too.
You're not dipping into to dangerous. That was a mosquito. Sorry.
We throwing bows on me?
You're not.
I was going
it's
for it,
not
bro.
like you're dipping into dangerous temps at idle, right? But
Yeah.
cause
No,
your
it's just for,
car's
like,
not doing
launches
that,
and shit.
You don't have any airflow, right? So once you
I
start,
do like a launch every once in a while.
look, as soon as you start moving,
time?
you have airflow. Those temps are going to drop.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as you start moving and pushing boost, you're moving a lot more air through the intercooler. Your temps are going to drop.
To Kyle's point, the only way to
Right?
consistently keep IATs down is with an air to water intercooler, right? Because then you actually have a
But
liquid system that's
Right. Even the big intercooler that I'm running, at idle, my intake temps they start to really go up there. But I don't care. Like it doesn't matter because I'm not you're not going to be launching your car every light, every stop sign, right? I mean, if you want to race your car, it's going to be those couple times from a dig type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be every day. Who cares?
Yeah.
But Sacramento being Sacramento, it's not the hottest place in the world. It does get pretty disgusting here. I would run your intercooler over your suspension. Your stock suspension is amazing.
True.
Yeah.
It is tuned for that car. Plus, you don't have a tune currently, so who cares? You're not pushing over factory horsepower or torque numbers.
No, it's purely aesthetics.
Right.
Yeah.
Purely, which
And it looks good as it is. So who gives a crap? I would definitely do intercooler over suspension.
That's fucking $400 on ECS tuning
How
right
much?
now. $400.
Oh, get away!
That's
from
so
ECS
cheap.
Tuning.
Stop it.
God,
Hey, $400 to tune your car.
Stop it.
no, that's
No,
intercooler.
for an
Intercooler.
Why haven't you bought that
intercooler
yet?
My intercooler was $800
Who is it?
through IE integrated.
A front mount is for intake temps is more efficient than a
Yeah.
top mount, right? And like I think like the world's fastest top mount STI is an 8-second car, right? So like you can make good power on them, you can do all that shit. But for like a daily driver or anything like that, like I just feel like, especially for canyon runs and shit like that,
Yeah.
if I have all that ability to like grab, I mean it's a thick intercooler core. It's like a 3 or 4 stack. It's a big ass intercooler, you know.
Damn.
And they look sick. I'm just gonna bring it up. They look sick as shit. And I run all my shit on my STI right now is Grim Speed anyway. And I've been really happy with it. It's made in the USA. I've met the guys at CB Fest. They're fucking cool, you know. And it's like a smaller company, and they're fucking cool. So I wanted to run the shit. Where's it at? Yeah. No, I don't want to subscribe to your shit. Get out of here. So it would be. Oh, let me share. Fuck, this is so much work.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do any. Oh, there we go.
Please.
So now you can see it.
Not go ECS.
For an intercooler?
So this is the one.
The easiest thing.
So yeah, that's what it looks like. All fucking.
That's sexy, dude.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's
sexy.
cool.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're gonna have a lot of
Are-
rock.
are
in it.
you-
It's not gonna be pretty
gonna-
anymore.
Are you gonna get a little boost lag off of that?
So that was.
You're gonna be extending the pipes, right? Like
You're extending the pipes. It's a bigger diameter, and what's funny is I had asked.
I like that though.
It's tight. I asked Travis about that shit. Travis at Snail Performance.
Yeah.
When I initially got my cartoon, and was that me?
Oh.
Can
What
you guys see me?
Yeah.
It's not showing up on my end now. What's that about?
you're not
The
talking
stream?
to homie.
There we go. That was dumb. Yeah, so I asked him about it initially when I got my cartoon, and he was like, it's super fucking negligible. He's like, if you're on the car at all, like if you're getting on it, he's like, it's not going to be anything you notice. Especially, and I think that if I do go twin scroll, just because that motherfucker spools up so fast anyway, compared to like a 20G or something like that, like I don't think that, considering how much boost lag you already have in an STI,
Yeah.
because there's a ton.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? It's a 30-year-old engine.
No.
What do you mean it's 8.5 to 1 compression, 30-year-old fucking engine? Like, yeah, factory, dude. It's so funny. Like, I've let 2 people drive my car that are just like they've never really driven one, and you know, it's like if you don't shift. If you shift before 3,500 RPM, the thing's fucking gutless, dude. Like, you know what I mean? It has no power whatsoever.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I'm like,
absolutely.
I'm like, nah, just like, don't
Dude, my
shift
wife-
until. Go ahead.
My wife agrees with you, bro. Like
Yeah.
we were talking about your conversation we had a couple weeks ago. We're like, yeah, dude, when you drive the STI, you gotta like
You have to drive
You
it in
drive
anger.
the shit out
you
of
have
it.
to
Like, you gotta
drive
be
it. Yeah.
And she's like, I 100% agree with you. She's like, I shift the shit out of that thing.
Yeah,
Like, you got to
you
get up in RPMs and like bang a gear. And I'm like, you do, and it likes it. Like, I don't.
You gotta
If-
drive it like you're angry.
So if a
Great.
911 is a vernier caliper,
Yep.
an STI is a hammer. Right? That's where we're at. One is a finely tuned precision machine, and the other is just made for beating on shit. You know what I mean? And that's
And
really
they do
all
their
it is.
jobs well as long as you treat
It's-
them like they should be.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, they need fucking Italian tune-ups. You know what I mean? Like they need, you need all that shit. And I do. I'd like. It was funny too, dude, because I had my wife and son in my car the other day. We went to our friend's house, and we're just driving up the road where we took photos that one night up by my
Yeah,
house, and I'm like just shifting, and we're cruising. We're not going fast, but I'm just shifting it fast as shit, right? She goes, "Why do you do that?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, why are you like fucking? And I was like, oh, why? Because this is how it feels when I do it normally. It's like, and I'm like, the car doesn't fucking like it, dude. STIs are like girlfriends with daddy issues. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they want you to talk mean to them, choke them a little bit.
At least you guys
God.
start.
Please name that. Name the podcast.
To Kyle's tank.
Kyle has left the chat.
Hey, we made a clip. Look, there's a clip.
Please name the podcast. STI is like having daddy issues or something.
Oh, sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my
No,
God.
but it's the truth, right? And
I fucking quit.
Driving an STI is like having daddy issues.
yeah, it's true. Oh, I mean, but that's
Oh,
you know,
fuck.
man. There's so many jokes I could. Wow.
If you drive an STI, you have an OnlyFans?
Dude, I saw this
True.
totally off topic, but I saw a meme today, and it was like, I'm gonna start a reverse OnlyFans where I keep sending people pictures of my dick until they pay me $20 a month to stop.
Yes. That's the title of the podcast.
Rev Matches Reverse OnlyFans.
You'll
Pay
love
you
it.
$20 a month for us to stop posting about this podcast. Fuck. Oh, this is the worst episode.
We got paid.
I know, finally, for the first time ever, we got paid.
Right.
Oh, oh, yo, okay. New car talk, because I'm actually really excited about this. And we're only an hour in. IS 500. I fucking support it.
I saw that the other day.
I
I saw it.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I can. I fucking support this shit so much. Why did my
Mike's gone.
Oh, it's Mike. Okay. He's back.
Mike's back.
I don't know why it does that when I click to watch your stuff. That's weird.
I haven't even started streaming yet. You're gone again. Your video.
what's-
Oh, there we go.
What stuff are you?
I don't know
clicking
why it
on?
does that. It just kicks me out. What if?
It's interesting.
You're clicking on the wrong channel, Mike.
So,
There we go.
what I like about this is it just looks like an IS, except it's got a big old hood on it and quad exhaust belongs. I mean, dude, listen. They should put a V8 in an IS again, right?
Oh, 100%.
I'm fucking with it, dude, because like
100%.
you can't buy an American V8 sedan pause that isn't 5,000 pounds Charger. So this is like a cool alternative. It's a small sports sedan, all that stuff. Now I was reading into it a bit. It's got more power than a new M3, but it's slower. And I think a lot of that has to do with the transmission.
Is that thing all-wheel drive?
No, it's only rear-wheel drive.
Ooh, okay.
Big brain, right?
Okay.
So it's like 472 horsepower, 480 foot-pounds of torque, 8-speed transmission, all that shit. They say there's going to be a competition version, which will be over 500 horsepower, but it's a
Jesus.
quad cam 5-liter V8, and it's an IS. They're fucking small as shit. Like, it's not a big car, you know.
No.
It
So-
looks like a Corolla.
How are they gonna cram that thing in that car?
If you look at the hood, it's got a 2.5-inch bulge in it because it barely clears. So it's like,
Oh my God.
did you guys ever go over to Rover and see that Velar SV autobiography?
Yes, but I don't know if I really looked that close at it.
So Kyle knows this car. They took the supercharged V8 out of like the Range Rover Sports and the SVRs and all that shit, and they crammed it into Velar. And what I loved about that car is that engine obviously was never supposed to be in there because there's no engine cover and there's no hood liner because they don't fit. So they're like, we're just gonna fucking send it. Like, we're gonna shove the engine in there, and there's no room on the sides of it. Everything is like fucking. I'm sure they're a bitch to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an old 300ZX twin turbo, right? Like there's
Yeah.
fucking no room in
Yeah.
those
No
cars.
room.
Dude,
Yeah.
No room.
So it's like a mechanic's worst nightmare. But it's cool because it's stupid.
By the way,
What's that?
I said
Really?
engineers don't care about us. By the way,
Oh, never,
Hell
never
no.
have, never. It worked in
Never
CAD,
will.
bro. It worked in CAD.
Never will.
they
It worked.
yeah. We want more. We want the biggest engine in the
Smallest car.
car.
But if you think about it, I also want the biggest engine in the smallest car.
yes, yes.
So like
I
on
don't
one
want to
hand,
work on it though.
there you go. Exactly. See, that's why I have guys like you.
That's rude.
But accurate, but I'm not lying. You may not like to
He's
hear it.
being truthful. He's being
Be
truthful.
less mechanic. That's all I'm trying to say is be less. I mean, we're not going to go back
No.
to that. But no, I'm into shit like that. I'm into that. Like, I want to see more. And to come out of Toyota, of all fucking places, right? Which was like the blandest brand forever.
Right.
And now they're starting to do like, you have the GR Yaris, which we didn't get, which was a turbo 3-cylinder all-wheel drive Yaris, wide-body Yaris. But we
Badass thing, dude.
that thing's
So
fucking
cool.
sick. But we are getting,
So cool.
as far as I've heard and everything I've read, we're getting a Corolla hatchback with the same powertrain. So a little
Shut
bit
the
bigger,
front door.
a little bit bigger, but 3-cylinder turbo, 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, fucking, and that little those things are tight. I like the way they look. They're cool inside.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool car.
Yeah.
My
Wait a
brother-in-law bought one, and I was like, because he had like an old G35.
Mhm.
Thing was a piece of shit, and he lives in LA. I'm like, dude, just go buy a Corolla hatchback, dude. You got a dog? Throw that door in the back. Perfect car, good on gas, cheap, small, parking anywhere. Fucking have fun, whatever. So, and then
You guys seen,
what?
Sorry.
No,
Have you seen
nope.
the Nissan 3-cylinder 400 horsepower engine?
I have seen that. It's like this big.
It's tiny.
What?
Yeah.
It is.
And it's not a turbo. It's a It's a naturally aspirated.
No. Yes.
Yes.
It. It is literally from waist to like right here. Hi.
The initial release picture of that engine is a dude holding it like it's a baby. Like it's just like literally holding. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not seen this.
it's fucking nuts. Or even that what was that fucking
A 1.5 liter,
yeah,
400 horsepower.
like 10.5
It is-
red line, some stupid shit like that.
It is.
I'm still grasping this whole.
And it's a
concept.
total 88 pounds. I didn't even know that before. Total 88 pounds. Holy shit.
No accessory drive, no headers, none of that shit. Just the engine,
Right.
the long block,
Just
yeah.
Base
But think
engine,
about that. You
revving-
can, yeah, that's nothing. That's like that's 50 pounds lighter than a K series block, I think.
Yeah.
I might be
like
wrong. I
hollow
might be wrong
block.
with that. I might be wrong with that. But well, it's all aluminum. I don't know. It's light as fuck. The point is, you could bench press that bitch with not fucking hurting yourself.
Except for Timmy.
You ain't had to do him like that, bro.
Left field.
Although I have heard dudes with fake wheels are weak as fuck. Anyway,
Oh,
I'm kidding. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
No, he doesn't.
That's-
No,
that's the
he's
second-
lying.
That's
That
the
was
second
rough.
time. That was the second time I've had Kyle take his headphones off this podcast. That's a record.
I mean, didn't we have like 3 episodes based on like why you shouldn't do fake wheels?
We definitely had one. He only got it for the winter. He only got it.
Yeah, he got it
alone.
for.
I just
Okay,
took
you
the
don't
easy
buy
shot 'cause it
real
was
wheels
funny.
to
I took
put
the easy shot
on
'cause
your
it was
winter
funny.
set of tires. You
Yeah.
don't buy real wheels to put on a winter set of tires.
I'm not using them. They're just gonna sit there.
I agree and disagree.
We're not balling like that. If I was balling, I'm with
Hell
you.
yeah!
I'm with
Well,
you.
like-
We can-
Okay, I'm in a unique. Me and Rick and Isaac are in a unique situation in which like that 17-inch set of Method race wheels is like $900,
okay, I'll give you that.
right? And those are
Okay,
Method
okay.
wheel. Yeah. So Method makes the actual rally wheel for the STIs, right? So like that in the new Gymkhana, not that those wheels are Methods. The one on the white car they're giving away, those are Method race wheels, and you can buy that set. It's a 17-inch set. It clears the big fucking brake kit, the whole 9 yards. And it's meant for off-road. They're built for, it's a rally spec wheel, and they're not expensive at all. And but they're
That's dope.
yeah, they're nice. But again, that's only because Subaru has a rally program, right? Like Audi
Yeah.
doesn't rally fucking S4s, so there's no like. Although they should be cool as
Bunch of
fuck.
bitches.
I could be the first one.
I
You
would.
could.
I can't even explain to you how much I would love to see you
Oh God.
whipping the fuck out of that $60,000 boat sideways, Scandinavian flicks.
Wow!
Yeah,
You know he'd do it too. You
I
know
do know
he
he'd
would
do it. I'm
it.
fucking with the shit, dude. I'd support the
One
fuck
day.
out of it. I wouldn't
I-
pay for
I
it when he
will.
broke it though.
One day.
Hell, do not try to take a shit out of warranty, sir. Do
Yeah,
not
no,
try
no,
to-
no.
At least
you
make sure
wonder
all the rocks are out of all the shit up top first.
It's
One
really
day
weird.
I'll
This
like 100,000 miles on it. I'll rally.
Yeah.
this dent in the quarter is surprisingly similar to a tree trunk. I'm very interesting. No, that's, yeah,
Why is there sap on the window, sir?
it's weird. Yeah,
I don't understand.
They
Dude,
came
I
from
should-
your parking lot, obviously, sir.
I can see Timmy just chasing rally dudes down. He's like, bring back Group B.
I would catch everybody. If I put rally wheels and suspension on that car, I would
Group,
catch
Group B
everybody.
was another just.
Oh, dude, I could do a whole episode on Group B. That's whenever
Dude,
I'm feeling
right?
depressed, I just watch old Group B rally. Like I go watch Quattro and Lancia Strato's fucking clips from back in the day, and I'm
Watson
like,
Dude.
shit out of those things,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
and
oh
just
my
fucking
God.
compressor surge because fuck a turbo. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't give a shit about those
Yeah.
cars, man. Fuck you. Yeah.
So it's the best noise. It's the best worst
Oh,
noise
God,
for your
yes.
car. You know?
Yes.
And I telling you, man, I keep reading these articles, and they're like, you don't need to fucking worry about compressor surge with modern turbos. And I'm like, maybe I just don't run a fucking recirc valve because it sounds tight. But do I want to blow a $2,000 turbo?
Yes.
Might be worth it.
Well,
He's all,
well,
yeah.
I mean, if you were gonna do the squint, the upgrade, I mean, you could
the scrintrol in my hazel. I'll drink some Hazel Badens and blow my scrintrol. Yeah, be good.
I can't even hear that. Wind scroll. Excuse me. God damn.
Hazel Badens.
Scroll. I'm not fucked up. I promise you. I'm not.
Boy, you better go give me that bottle of
Jesus.
Hazel Badens, or I'm gonna blow this scrintrol right here. You know?
And we can put Timmy's 20G on it and then really scream it the fuck out.
Go get my sport tuning wheels and my scrintrol and my Hazel Badens and get out here and we're gonna
Yes. Yes.
do this fucking thing.
I love it.
Hey,
It's kind of-
fuck your 45-minute podcast.
We're at hour
This is where the
109,
shit
and
is
this is where the magic happens.
This is where it's at.
Magic happens.
Oh shit!
We've ascended.
This is the great thing about starting at the bottom, baby. Everywhere's up.
Goddamn.
baby.
I literally can't get any worse. Can't
I
get
love
any
our
worse.
shit. I swear, man.
Well,
Listen
it's
to this
good.
shit, it makes me laugh.
Yeah, well, you're 20% of our fan base, baby, so I'm glad that you like it.
What up?
Hell yeah, boy!
Welcome, you ascended.
So I was having a conversation with the wife today,
Okay.
and we have life changes coming up, so I don't have to edit out another fucking thing. And she's like, I feel like I see you. I see you getting rid of the STI in the next year and a half. She's like, I just have a fucking feeling.
Uh-huh.
And like, I want a truck. I need a truck. It's good to have a truck. You know what I mean? And if I'm gonna buy a truck, I'm gonna buy a nice truck, which means I'm probably gonna buy like.
Like a first generation Cayenne.
30 max.
Yeah, I've been looking at. I may be looking at brand new Sierra Denali's 2500 HDs.
Yeah.
I hate
Those are
you.
hella
Yeah,
nice.
he's
I hate
growing up.
Yeah, or like maybe shave $4,000 and get the AT4 because it's already pre-lifted and shit, and it's
Dude.
almost the same as the Denali, right?
Okay. Okay. Go.
Let me finish.
Talk
let me
about
finish.
my share.
So her Outback lease is up in October.
Okay.
Right.
No, don't get rid of that.
I'm not buying a lease, Timmy. Only one of us
No.
needs to make bad decisions. So
True.
it's a bad move.
True.
Long and
True.
short of it, folks, buying a lease
True.
is generally a bad financial
Bad
decision.
idea. Yeah.
Unless
So
you're stuck.
we're gonna get rid of that, and she's like, I'll push a truck. And I'm like, okay. So we buy her a truck. She'll get tired of driving a fucking giant diesel, especially after I lift in and put 37s on it. And then I'm gonna jump it, it's gonna get jumped. It's gonna happen. There's no way I don't jump the truck. Why buy a truck if you can't jump it, right? Like, I feel like, isn't that in the bylaws somewhere?
Hey, I'm not disagreeing at all with you. I'm not disagreeing at all with you. Like, hey, let's get video.
Dan get like 3-4 feet out of this motherfucker. What you think? Anyway.
I mean, choose. Come on, man.
So there I was in Afghanistan.
Grave digger.
Oh wait, no, I want to hear this. I want to hear. No, if the story starts there, I was in Afghanistan. I want to hear the rest of it. Carry on.
Oh my god.
It wasn't Afghanistan. It was Kuwait.
Could be
So
fucking
there I was in
Kandahar.
Kuwait.
It's all the same thing.
The same fucking desert.
Whatever. Oh, fucking
Was it Sandy, Kyle?
Man. So you guys.
Oh my god.
Man, we might have to edit this into a separate episode, but whatever.
Wait, I gotta get a drink for this shit. God damn it.
Alright, stand by.
All right, I'll
No,
keep talking
just
about
run-
Go
jumping.
ahead. Go ahead, Alex.
I
so-
can hear you run it.
Okay, so it's like we buy the truck. She drives the truck. She will get tired of driving the truck because it's huge. And
After you
then
lose your penis?
Is that
No.
why she's gonna leave you?
maybe.
Maybe.
Is she gonna shoot my dog and burn the house down the way? We're writing country songs, aren't we? Anyway, so
Jesus Christ.
I'll wait.
I just want you all to know that I love you guys.
I'm honestly trying to kill Kyle by the time the episode's over with. Third time, that's a hat trick, baby. Took the headphones off for the third time.
That's a $1,500
This is a spicy episode. This is.
Oh my god! Who needs
You
gas?
got yourself a
Who needs
fifth,
fucking
man.
gas,
Crying.
bitch?
I'm fucking crying here.
Anyway, so we do that, and then she'll get tired of driving the truck. I start dailying the truck. We lease her something else, and then I buy a Japanese shitbox, which is what my heart really, really wants. Is my heart
What?
wants something old?
Please, if you do,
Like a mic Japanese
the
shitbox?
actual
Does it come with a 2J?
Like
What
a
up?
cheap
Wait,
one.
wait, shh, I want to hear. I want to hear what Kyle say.
the actual Honda right-hand drive Type R, please.
Top Rank
I
has like
support that.
15 of those.
Has one.
He says he has like 10 or 12 of them coming in.
Please,
Dude.
please.
I
I
would
support that very much.
That would be
DC4
sick.
ITR. Yeah, that would be
Oh.
yes.
Okay.
Championship
Oh,
white.
champion white. Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Championship white.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the spoon wheels, right?
No, it's
Spoon everything.
well,
Yes.
spoon
Fuck,
calipers. But listen, I don't know if I'd like. That's the okay. Here's the problem
Okay.
with buying. Here's the problem with buying a sick JDM Honda. You have to put sick JDM Honda parts on it.
Yep.
Like I can't put skunk 2 shit on a right-hand drive ITR. Like right, it's got to be
Oh,
spoon. It's
hell
got to be
yeah.
Mugen. It's got to be
Yep.
HKS. It's got to be great. It's got to be, and all that shit's fucking expensive.
That
Guys.
sounds expensive. That
Yeah.
sounds fucking expensive.
It's like I'm throwing
I'll tell you.
$4,000 wheels on a
Money.
$15,000 car, bro. Like,
I'll tell you about it. Let me tell you about it.
yeah, no.
Back.
So that's my only like. As much as I would like, I really want one because one, I always love that body style of Integra. I fucking love those Integras, and two, like it's a
Dude,
fucking
God,
it's
yeah.
it's an ITR that's fucking tight, right? Like that's B20 VTEC, like the whole fucking 9-yard, right? But at the same time, it's like I want to case swap something. I'm not gonna do it to a JDM RTR. It's gonna have B20
True.
VTEC,
You
right?
Can't. You can't
So
do that car.
I'm thinking that I do what my little scumbag heart wants, which is get a fucking JZX with a 1J in it.
Yes,
And then
I
just-
knew it was coming.
and
I
then-
knew it was coming.
Because they're cheap, bro. They're like 18
Yes.
G's. Like they're not even that
They're
fucking expensive.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
and-
do so much with that platform.
Yeah, because it like super parts, like Mark IV super parts bolt right up to them. Like you don't have to buy. I wouldn't feel bad about not putting crazy JDM shit on it because like
Right.
it's a fucking chaser. Like it's not that cool. So like that's kind of like where.
Dude, that'd be sick though.
But it's like my heart hurts because I want to finish a car like to where I feel
Yeah.
like it doesn't need anything else, and I feel like I have a problem with flipping shit too quick, and I never get it all the way. Look at Chris. Chris is looking at something right now.
He's
Is
looking
it,
at something.
I'm looking at the chasers. I'm like, you know what? They don't look bad. I found a bronze one. I'm like, I'd fuck. I mean, yeah.
Dude, those cars are gangster, bro.
Yo,
like,
Adam
have you seen
LZ
them in the drifter?
Adam
Yeah.
LZ just turbo K swapped his.
Yes, he did.
I just linked it to the group chat.
Thing about
Wow,
I
what a-
can't bring that up when you
Or not. I mean,
He can't show that.
the IG
this one.
OnlyFans.
the OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
It's got to go to the
No,
IG.
yeah. No, it's on the general.
I still can't bring that up for anyone to see. I mean, I can look at it. Yeah, that one.
It's not bad. It's not.
Okay,
It's not
well,
bad looking.
Send it to the IG so we all can see it.
Yeah. So I can. Well, I mean, you can all see it, but just so I can put it. Anyway,
Dude,
it's
like,
a fucking.
I
it's a Jay-Z
I
X100, bro. I've talked about it a million times.
I think
Yeah.
that fits you though.
I like, it's 4-door, it's wide, you can make them fast as fuck. It'll make cool turbo noises. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like you can get 1J, 2J parts in the States pretty easy.
Huh?
And yeah, and then I have a fucking, my biggest thing always, dude, is that my project car is always my daily. And I'm kind of fucking over that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I always feel like I have to be worried about crashing it, or I got to be worried about beating on it too hard, or I got to worry about, like, is it still going to be comfortable? I'm going to want to drive it every day. I don't want to worry about that shit. I want to be able to go fucking balls out on something and do all the wild shit that I want to do to it without having to worry about, like, oh, I put it in a wall sliding it. All right, well, buy another fucking quarter panel and I'll fix it and I'll drive it again, whatever, right? But I don't not have a car while I fuck around.
Dude, that chaser is fire, bro.
It's not bad looking. I swear.
No, they're cool. It's that old VIP like JDM style, dude.
I'm
You know what I
down.
mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah, like so.
100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
But-
Anyway,
So, but do those come manual gearbox, or do you have to swap them?
a lot of them come, and if not, it's just yeah.
They
a
do
lot
come
of
manual gearbox. Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah, you can get them. They came both ways. Like a lot of the ones that Top Rank has had, and even like Japanese classics, they've all been manual.
Okay.
So it's just it's just one of those things where it's a car that I've kind of wanted. I like big body shit. I like big sedans. Like I'd buy another SS if I could get my hands on one.
Would you
Right.
do a SC400, JZ?
The 2-door? I do the
Uh-huh.
2-door. Yeah. I
Yeah?
do it. Yeah, I like that car. I think that car's fucking cool. I think SEs are fucking tight. Or they're
I like the
Soarers, right?
bubble butt.
Yeah. Well, they're cool
Dude.
because like you can get a Soarer with a V8 manual rear wheel drive, right? And I mean it's
Yep.
a 1UZ, so it only makes like 300 horsepower, but it's just tight. It's cool. You know, it's something
Mhm.
different. It's something interesting.
You
but,
could throw that thing around so easily and have fun with it, and not really
I mean,
get yourself in a whole
yeah,
lot of
and
trouble.
again, super parts bolt up, and there's
Yeah.
a million. I mean, like a lot of people don't know, like super parts bolt up to like fucking LS 400s, dude. Like you can Toyota's been on the modular chassis game like Honda has been, right? Like forever. Like
Mhm.
parts move around and
everything bolts to everything.
yeah, it kind of fits in a little modification here or there, but for the most part, like you can make shit work. And if I do want to slide it, like there's tons of angle kits and all that shit because they've been drifting them in Japan for literally since they started being made. So, and there's something cool about like did I ever send you guys that 4-rotor twin turbo nitrous GS? It was like a 1400 horsepower Lexus GS, and this dude put a 4-rotor turbo in it.
No.
It was white.
Yeah. No, I think you did. Is that the one that flipped up?
No, it didn't flip. Anyway.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
This dude, Carl something, is this fucking Kiwi cat. He built it years ago, and this is what I loved about that car, is he had a 8.6 with some kind of swap in it, and it made a fuckload of power for an 8.6 at the time, right? And when he started building his GS, he was like, I want the same power to weight and feel in my GS that I had in my 8.6. Which, when you compare the fact that one's a 2,200 pound car
Yeah.
and one's
Yeah,
a
holy
4,000 pound sedan, you need 1,400 fucking horsepower to make it feel as light and as flicky as it was. And so he's just shredding the fuck out of this big ass car, and it's just ripping, dude, fast as fuck, right?
Dude, that's crazy.
So I've always, and I saw that car. I was still going to Wildtech when I first saw that car. So this is like 2011, something like that, 2011, 2012. This is when I was pushing 240s and shit, and like I fell in love with the idea of like fast big body JDM sedans. Like that shit's fucking cool. And so I've always wanted one ever since, and I'm just like, man, this might be the time. Like I might just be in that point where, you know, I'm mid-30s. Do I need to be fucking driving an STI every day? You know what I mean? Like, do I fucking, like, is that really the fucking move anymore? You know, like, daily and that shit?
Right.
Like, do as your boy need to grow up? And plus, then, I have a truck, so I can tow shit. So I can do full fucking race car shit. And I can, you know, just kind of grow up a little bit. So that's where I'm at. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm definitely putting wheels on the STI before then. It's gonna roll around for at least a year in some kind of final form before I do that. Because
I made it a year. I had wheels for about a year. It's time to move on, right?
Are we gonna do it? We're gonna sell the Mero. Like, are we actually gonna do it?
Yeah, I found a car already.
Golf far.
It's an Anderson.
Is it an
Don't
S4?
tell me it's a fucking Audi.
It is an Audi.
Oh Jesus!
It's gonna be an Audi.
I mean,
Okay, every single one of you that has driven it loves it. Shut the fuck
I
up.
haven't driven it.
Never driven it.
Never driven it. Well, that's
All
and
right.
like going back to
Not.
going back to the new IS, right? Like I like that car a lot. I think it's cool and V8 noises, so like that's sick. But it's an NA quad cam V8, right? So like cam jobs are prohibitively expensive. You can't really put a blower on it because there's no fucking room under the hood. So you're looking at intake exhaust, and then you kind of have what you have. Versus like, you can go buy an M340i BMW, which will probably be 20 grand less, but it's got a fucking super engine in it, and you already know what people are doing with those, right?
Yep.
So you buy a 400 horsepower car, and $2,000 later, it's a 600 horsepower car.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's just as nice to drive around as IS or even as like an S4 or whatever, right? So it's like
I don't know, man. I feel like out of those three brands, Lexus is the only one that really like only kind of dabbles in performance. I mean, you think about it. I mean, they're putting this big ass motor in this car. You're right? But like, there's no support after that. There's no like.
no, there never has been. Yeah,
Like you look at BMW and you look at other brands, even like Porsche. I mean, you can go to Porsche and be like, "Hey, I want more horsepower." You go to BMW, "I want more horsepower." They'll give it to you. Like Lexus doesn't really do that.
Well,
That's it.
That's
gave
the
up
problem.
after the LFA. Lexus straight up gave up after LFA.
well, you got to understand,
Well,
like
It flopped.
it flopped. It flopped for a
It
couple of
flopped
reasons.
horribly.
Well, it took 10 years to fucking make. It was 350 grand, and by the time it came out, the fucking GTR was out,
That's
Yep.
true. Oh, that's
Yep.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which was
Yeah.
a third of the price, less than because at that time, 08, it was 85 grand for a fully
Yeah.
loaded GTR,
Yeah.
Yep.
which was faster.
Yeah.
And arguably
Yeah.
just as nice in the
It
inside.
literally, you could
Sure.
literally go down the street and have a tune, and it would walk all over that IFA. Like it
Yeah.
would.
Yeah.
Like
Granted, now the
like-
only thing is nothing sounds like an LFA.
No.
I will give
Yeah.
you that. 100%.
Other than I can never remember the chassis code of the V10 M5, like those things with like
Oh,
the measure shaft
Yeah.
exhaust. Like I think
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
has seen the clip of the black M5 in a tunnel and he downshifts it like a fucking
Yeah.
F1 car. Everybody's
Yep.
seen that clip. It's like the
Yeah.
greatest
Yeah.
6 seconds of your. There's a joke there, but but you know what I mean, like. But to your point, and you know, Jeremy Clarkson said, "Oh, it's the best car ever made," and I'm sure that it was. But when you look at it commercially, when you look at it for what it cost, the fact that you couldn't buy one, you could only lease one. I don't know if anybody knows that. You weren't allowed to buy
Really?
it. No,
No, you were
because
not.
they didn't want anybody to resell them.
Because it would drive the price to the roof, just like everybody else does, like on Ford GTs, Carrera
Exactly.
GTs,
They did-
918s.
They did some
like,
like there was like when you bought an Enzo, there was an agreement you had to sign where you couldn't
Yep.
sell it for 2 years. Like there was all this other shit
well,
because they don't
remember
want
Remember
Yeah.
the lawsuit with Ford and John
John
Cena?
Cena.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he said, "You
He
can't
got-
see me."
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he turned. They gave it to him, and he turned around and sold it, and
For
then
like $2 million.
yeah,
or
he
something
sold it
like
for
that,
a
right?
fuckload of money, and I think he donated
Yeah.
all the money anyway. But
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
but they sued him for it because
Yeah.
they, you know, I mean, to prevent the same type of shit we saw with like graphics cards trying to get a fucking graphics card right now, or Nikes or whatever, right? Yeezys.
Yeah.
Right.
They're trying to prevent that shit. They want the car to end up in the first owner to be the person that loves the car and wants to own the
Correct.
car, not
Correct.
for like monetary reasons, right? So that was kind of the reason behind that. But to Mike's point, like I've never seen a tune LFA.
Nope.
ever. In fact, the only LFA I've ever seen raced in any way, shape, or form was a drift LFA from Japan, which was a water damaged car that they swapped a NASCAR V8 into. So it was just an LFA body.
What?
Yeah,
You ever seen that car? Look it up. Things fucking wild. Yeah, it's ridiculous to see. Well, there's a video of that LFA and then Dago Sato's drift Murcielago next to each other. So you see an LFA and a Murci just like fucking. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. But it's fucking cool. But that's the only, other than that, you just see you see him in pictures and shit like that. But that was like what I was seeing. I was like, yo, this IS is tight. Like me, I was like, but wait, like, where's there's a ceiling there. But like, we're giving Chris shit about like, buy an S4, but if you want a nice car that you can drive every day, that you can tune and make good power, it has to be German. It has to.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no other options. There's no other option.
BMW.
Yeah.
BMW is the only other option.
I like Mercedes. I like the Mercedes V8. I like the sound of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about Mercedes is that the Mercedes will so like dull it down for you. Like it doesn't let you slide the car like in the commercials and all that bullshit. It doesn't let you do any of that stuff. It will like you could be in a corner turning the wheel, mash the throttle, and it will just.
Well, that's why
hold straight the wheel, and it'll take off, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
when Jeremy Clarkson drove that C63 AMG on Top Gear. Dude, he was sliding that thing around the corner. He's like, "This is like a wild bull." I'm like, "What?"
Well, that one was that first gen C63 was fucking gnarly. It was like the fastest thing around at that point, right? And it was it was 6.2. It made all the right noises.
Yeah.
Didn't have any rear traction. And Mercedes did that whole, they had all the Black Series cars, which were literally undrivable, right? It's just like, we're going to make it wider and put 315s all around. Still ain't going to hook, but whatever.
Yeah, it's going to make all the right noises still, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's like just burning tires left and right.
But like that, they went, like, I think like when the SLS came out, right, is when they kind of started, because you had the McLaren Mercedes thing, which was also undrivable, and then you had all the Black Series car, you had the C63, they had the E63 wagons at that point, and all those cars, that first generation at that time was like, they were fun. You can get them sideways and they're fucking cool, but like Mercedes owners don't want that shit, right? And you even look at like the newer ones, like you have the E63, which is like 580 horsepower, and it's rear wheel drive, but if you go to the S, which is over 6, it's automatically all wheel drive. You cannot get it in a rear wheel drive.
See, I'm surprised it took them that long to get that to all-wheel drive like that in the car.
Yo, those things are fast as fuck, those, dude.
I know, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm surprised it took them so long to go to the all-wheel drive system.
When I was working at Rover, we had an E63S. It was like a 19. And, Brian Myers, how he was about expensive shit. He didn't want anybody driving it. No, fucking, no, whatever. We had that 911 turbo cab, and he's like, nobody can drive it. And then one day it's like, hey, the cab doesn't start because you don't let anybody fucking drive it. But, so like me and Josh, we took this E63S to like Carl's Jr. one day or whatever, and I fucking get on it, and I'm like, then the Taycan showed up, and obviously that was a lot faster and shit, but it was like, this thing's sick. It makes cool noises. It's fucking clean. The interiors are like a spaceship. Like, Mercedes does a lot of shit right. But, yeah, you can't hoon them, right? Like, you can put them in a candy and they're fast as fuck, but like, if you want to do burnouts and donuts and shit, like, you're going to work for it.
Oh. Yeah.
But, yeah, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to do anything other than German for like a fast daily. Probably not. I don't see the point. There's no tuning, it's all, you put intake, exhaust, wheels, tires, and you drive it.
That's it. Kid, are you serious about this? Are you going to finally pull a trigger or what?
Nah, I'm still pussyfooting around.
We've been talking about this for gosh damn near a year already. As soon as you put wheels and tires on that damn Camaro.
Hey, he took photos of his R1 just in case.
I did.
Well, the R1, you don't ride it, right?
I know. I know. I was like, I didn't touch it for a full year. It's still sitting. So I was just like, I took some photos of it. Just like, I might post it for sale.
I mean, if I was you, dude, like, regardless of what you do automotively, like, sell the R1.
Sell the R1.
Sell the R1.
Yeah.
Sell the
R1, bro.
It'll pull a mint. You'll be sitting on at least $15K, worst case.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I mean, dude, you have that. You have the El Camino. Like, Figure out your fucking life is basically what I'm telling you.
It's a nice bench. El Camino makes a nice bench.
It does make it nice, but it's like,
It does make a nice bench.
but it's like, are you really gonna build it? Like, is it actually gonna like? Are you gonna take? Probably not.
Realistically, it's a retirement car. I'm like, I don't have that money.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, if it's a retirement car, is that your dream retirement car?
I mean, it's deep by default.
Because you own it already, right?
Right, because I own
Yeah.
it already. It's like by default, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see that. It's got some.
But it's like, how much? I look at it like, with shit like that, if you were paying someone to store that car,
Mhm.
how much
Oh,
would that have
Jesus.
cost you already?
Ugh.
Exactly. And then like when you move, now you got to move it. So now you're paying to transport it. And then it's taking up space in another garage. And then it's just one thing after another after another. It's like, just fucking cut the dead weight, dude. Sit on the cash. Because then, here's the thing. You sell the R1, you sell the Camino, you have the Mero, and now you're sitting on, I mean, you could probably get, what, 5-6 grand for the El Camino?
Mhm.
As it sits? Okay.
Yeah,
You're sitting on fucking 20K. And now you can actually have the conversation about, like, what do I want? Like, do you want to, like, fuck it. Do you want to ball out and get a Supra? Do you want to go get an MK5? Fuck
20K is a big down payment. I mean,
20K in the
20K.
Mero, you can basically buy whatever you want as long as you're cool with the payment.
You literally could. You think about. I mean, you literally could put 20K down.
RS3,
On, yeah.
RS5,
RS5. Ooh.
RS7 be a baller.
RS6.
Hold on.
Okay, first of all,
Oh.
you'd have to
Or-
find one. You'd have to find
Or
one.
that
Our
blue
needle store has
RS7
one.
sitting on the lot.
Okay, no, it's
that's
gone.
gone, that's
It's
gone.
full.
Is it?
Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Okay,
I
by the way, somebody that came in with a 2017 S7 came to look at the RS7. He said it's too much car for him.
Wow.
At least he was honest.
At least he admitted it, yes, but it's like, bro, you're out of a new S7 going into a same model year RS7. Like, if you're
Hey,
looking for something, you obviously need something.
Hey, guess what,
Is it
guys?
that big of a difference?
Guess what, guys?
What?
Guess what? Guess what?
What?
We're
What?
an hour and 33 minutes in, and we got back to the Audi conversation. So on that bombshell,
It happened.
Okay.
no, listen, that is what we know. That is what we know. That is when we know the episode is over. No, I know it's not you, but I know it's not you. But it's like somehow every episode we circle back to like the fucking golden ticket is everybody needs a German car. So on that bombshell,
He's so right.
That's
He's so right, Alpha.
thank you guys for listening to this heavily edited and glitchy episode of the Red Match podcast. We've enjoyed
took it off.
this.
He took it
Yeah, he
off.
took it off for the fourth time. Are you done? You out? Kyle's out?
Kyle's out.
I can see your reflection, motherfucker. You ain't fooling anybody. Anyway,
Yeah, you didn't leave. Stop flipping us off.
I know.
Stop it.
Thank you guys for listening, watching. Please like, please subscribe,
Oh,
tell your
God,
friends.
Please share this.
Yeah,
Please share it.
yeah, we appreciate you guys this time as always. And until next time, have a good night. Be safe. Peace out.